Good afternoon everybody and welcome to Dorrien Gardens on the second of 3 Cup final days this weekend for State League Division 1 action as Olympic Kingsway face off against Fremantle City. Thanks for joining in this afternoon on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook pages. My name's Tommy Dolan and I'll be calling you through today's clash. What a weekend we've had so far here. Last night there was success for Kingsley Westside Reserves and Karamock Shamrock Rovers in the respective Division 2 finals, while today we've seen Wanneroo win in the Div 2 18s, Subiaco in the Div 1 18s, and Subiaco again in the Div 1 reserves, ahead of tonight's senior final. Tomorrow it's MPL action with 5 finals across the men's and women's competition, but today it's all eyes on the men's State League Division 1 final. Kingsway are looking to continue on with their brilliant season as they aim to add a State League Division 1 finals trophy to their league title obtained last weekend. Wasn't quite plain sailing for them though, as they dropped points in their final 2 league games, but were back to winning ways midweek against an improved Stirling in the semi-final. And Gary Williams has got a pretty good record on finals day in recent years, with multiple top 4 cups in previous years at under 18 level. Fremantle City, by contrast, had an opposite form line in the second phase as they went without a win for their first 3 games before back-to-back successes against today's opponents, and Forestfield earned them a position in the postseason. Cameron Lord has guided Fremantle City in his first campaign to a 3rd place finish, a 3rd on the spin for a club, and in midweek they knocked off a side many expected to be here early in the campaign in Western Knights. As both teams pose for a photo this afternoon. Beautiful afternoon here in Perth's city centre, the inner suburbs here, slightly north of the CBD. Couldn't ask for better conditions for football really, so no excuses for the players. On an afternoon like this, your referee out in the middle of this afternoon will be Stephen Knight, and he will be assisted by Stuart Beattie and Adam Hicks, while Troy Malatesta backs up from last night's Division 2 final to stand on the touchline as 4th official. Teams gather in their final huddles here. Healthy crowd in this evening. I'm sure it's going to get better as the night kicks off. Here a 4:45 PM kickoff in WA. Primetime viewing for a primetime Division 1 clash between 2 teams who love to get forward and score goals if the last few weeks are anything to go by. So here we go. This promises to be a cracker between 2 sides whose last 4 meetings have featured plenty of goals. The most recent of those a 5-3 win for City. What an opportunity for them to win a second trophy to sit alongside their Division 2 triumph in 2016. While for Kingsway, an opportunity presents itself to do the double for the first time since 1980. It's finals day here in the West, State League Division 1 football in the Saturday twilight, and we're off and running with Kingsway getting us off and running, wearing their green shirts and white shorts, their home jersey. Fremantle City wearing their home kit too, the maroon shirt and shorts. This pass goes forward early, looking for the feet of Bakuru. A little wide of the winger though, and Kingsway will retrieve the ball early. Pockler. Now Giles Davies. Ballas passes across, it's a dangerous one as Harmer tries a early chip, and I think that was a half cross, half shot from James Harmer. Caught in 2 minds perhaps as to whether to try and chip Keenan from that distance, while Van Deeken was also making his way into the middle. David Keenan on the gold kick, experienced ex-manager at ECU and Balcatta stopper. 8 appearances for the latter in 2019, ever present in 2020, and 5 clean sheets overall. And he's going to get another touch again very shortly after the long ball forward from Angus Grant. flies out for a goal kick. Incidentally, 3 of those 5 clean sheets for Keenan were in the second phase of the competition when matters were important for Kingsway. In particular in that 0-0 draw in the final game which ultimately clinched the title. Schumer. Nelson tries to get away in turn. Bakuru will try and get involved. Edwards went forward. Bakuru. Van Deeken turning. He's got 2 to beat here. Coming back there and helping really well though was McCormack, who scoops up the line. Almost convincing of clearances, and City will stay on the front foot. Not been a bad start from them at all. The shot's a good one from distance, and it flashed just wide of Keenan's post. I'm not sure whether he thought that was confidently drifting wide, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Good strike there, and good intent from Denzel Schumer. Visitors, of course, coming off that 2-0 win away at Nashfield on Tuesday night. Goals that evening scored by Riley Van Deeken and Abias Bakuru. Here's the former in Van Deeken trying to make a nuisance of himself. Sliding in was Ballas, and now Garner will look up and spot the run of Caelan Pollard out wide. Now, Pollard, very tricky winger. Wins the throw-in. Kingsway trying to regain a little bit of control in these early stages after a bright Fremantle City start. Here he is again, Pollard. Didn't really have anywhere to go, and City will try and calm things down. Decent start to the campaign for Fremantle City. They won 3 wins in their first 5 games, and then had 4 straight draws in the middle of the season. And even though they were draws, they were still within an 8-game unbeaten run, which gave them a solid footing in terms of the top 6 positions this season. 1 point clear of 7th place Quins in the final analysis there. And then they picked up form at the right time in the second phase after being winless in their first 3, winning their last 2, and 3 including the Knights win on Tuesday night. Cameron Lord's team very much finding their scoring touch as well in the latter part of the campaign as well, with 7 goals in their past 3 games. As Schumer looks up, this wasn't really a convincing one to anybody in particular. Parmatea passed the ball forward. Murray looks outside. Pollard still there, crossing with the left boots. Riak was lurking on the edge of the 6-yard box, but that'll be an easy enough claim for Fremantle City stopper Todd Hoyle, formerly of ECU, which is what I was about to say. Recruited from Subiaco. 9 appearances with the club since signing back in July, wearing the white cap, the purple goalkeeping jersey. Riak shows good strength to beat his man, and then he'll drive down this left-hand side. Waiting in the middle was McCormack at the back post, but the cross left a little bit to be desired from Riak, and that'll be a wasted opportunity, you think, for Kingsway. I had McCormack at the back post there, and an array of supporting players coming onto the edge of the area from midfield as well. As Schumer turns away, has to retreat all the way back to his goalkeeper. Arambina wins the free kick on the halfway line. Here he is again, Mustafa Arambina losing out on that occasion to Tyler Garner. Now Nelson looks up, Pollard. Last touch there was off a Fremantle City player. Schumer looks up. It's an optimistic pass for Bukuru, who's quick, but not that quick. Kingsway, similarly to Fremantle City, had 3 wins in their first 5 games this season, but they were pretty inconsistent in the first phase, just the back-to-back wins once. Did finish unbeaten in 3, though, to end the first 11 in pretty good shape. As Kavanagh clears away. And they carried that on to the top 6 with 3 wins early in the phase before the nervy final couple of games. Good play there from Cameron Murray on the far side. Looks up. Pollard's on his outside, who'll want to get back onto that right foot. Does now. And heads back for Parmatia, who tries to spot the run of Riak, who's looking dangerous in the area once more. Coming across there and defending that situation well was Pockler. Ballas. Now Harry Edwards. Pass was a little short, but it may yet work out for Pollard, who'll try and skin his man down the line, but that was a good sliding challenge from Angus Grant. Joshua Macri slightly out of position there. Kingsway still maintain possession as Murray looks to his outside, sees Pollard. Inside there is Asher Nelson, but the clearance is away. Just to finish up on Kingsway before, it was a 3-5 defeat to Fremantle City at Kingsway, which possibly nearly gave them the jitters. And that's a wonderful releasing pass for Riak, who snuck in behind the defence and will just chip the half volley over the bar. It was a little bit of an awkward bounce for Riak. The ball possibly just held up in the ground slightly, and the centre forward was unable to get his head over the ball in the end. And now Van Deeken will turn away from Ballas and try and use his pace. Sliding in there well was Parmatia, though. Really good defending from the skipper. Heavy touch-ish from Garner. May yet work out for Pollard, though, who's wide on the left and looking up. This pass was short for Riak as well. And then Macri goes back to Grant, who in turn goes across for Pockler. And then the switch of the play is a brilliant one for Bukuru, who's one-on-one here with Edwards and will look to try and make a nuisance of himself. Chipping ball will release McKernan on the edge of the area. Chance for McKernan to strike, and Keenan got down low, fumbled, and Bukuru couldn't get there in time. And then Keenan slipped as he tried to get up, so good intent there from City, in particular on the counter-attack. There is McKernan. And now a Rambana. Turnover of possession, though. You just get the feeling that Kingsway is starting to settle into a little bit of a pattern in this game. String a few passes together, but Fremantle City have also looked dangerous on the counter-attack as well, particularly with the pace of Bukuru and Van Deeken. As pass over the top there from Schumer was wayward. Edwards will pick that one up and pass up the line. Here's Denzel Schumer again, ex-Coburn City and Bayswater City youth player. Given an opportunity at Forestfield when they were promoted to the MPL WA back in 2018. Played mainly under 20s games there, but he's been a regular in the matchday squad in 2020, having been on all bar one of Cameron Lord's team sheets in season 2020 as Bukuru looks up. McKernan. Now a Rambana. Pass nearly invited McCormack to steal in, but worked out okay for the McKernan. Fairly deep position. Tries to thread the pass through for Noah Kavanagh, and then bodies go flying in anywhere, and Van Deeken will strike. Good block there from sliding Giles Davies, and now Pollard will try to launch the counter. Both teams showing really good intensity in the middle third. Early on, it's led to a few passes going astray. As Riak, great centre forwards play there, great hold-up play and a first touch, and nice layoff as well. McCormack just lost his handle there for a minute. Edwards bombing down that right-hand side. He's still there, but clearance forward wasn't quite there, as Kingsway's coach Gary Williams just urges his team to press City with a little more intensity in front of us. Williams, of course, former Stirling Lions assistant and Bayswater under-18 coach, and in terms of top 4 cup finals, won that competition twice in back-to-back years in 17 and 18 with Bayswater's under-18s. Before joining up with the Green Machine last season. Done a pretty good job as well overall. 4th place finished last campaign before going on to secure the league title this season. The club very much on the up as well with their facilities in the northern suburbs. A large upgrade happened there recently. As Macri will look up, he's got a little bit of time to assess his options. Van Deeken's the only real player ahead of him, and Van Deeken's isolated here, so he's got to try and either do it on his own or wait for the support. He tried to pull that one back into the area, and the ball had already crossed the line over on that left side. Crowd just building nicely here at Dorrien Gardens. We've had a really good weekend off cup finals so far. I wasn't at the game last night, but I heard the Division 2 final and saw it on the highlights as well. It looked like a brilliant night's football there as well. In terms of the cup finals, this is number 6 of 11 over the course of the weekend here at this venue. Attention on the NPL tomorrow, men's and women's. 18s, 20s and seniors, as Edwards tries to skip in behind here. Kavanagh went flying in. This decision does go the way of Kingsway. Not sure whether that was for a foul or a handball against the City player, but it's a set piece in an attacking area. Just in front of the residential flats behind the goal. A few people on the balcony enjoying the football. Box office seats in terms of a weekend's viewing up there. So Kingsway have got bodies forward here. 5 in the penalty area. Nelson's ball's deep onto the back post. Palmateer will try and head it back, and then Arambana will semi-clear away, but it'll come back pretty promptly, I think, as Palmateer whips in again, but the ball had already crossed the line over on the far side, and referee Stephen Knight points to the left. Still early doors here at Dorrien Gardens. Olympic Kingsway 0, Fremantle City 0 if you've just joined us late. Neither team yet to force a save of any note from the goalkeeper. State League Division 1 football live on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook pages this evening. As Bakuru tries to thread a ball through for either Harmer or for Van Deeken. A pretty cheap turnover by Kingsway in midfield, though, as Fremantle City will get a chance to come forward again through Pockler, who tries to dance his way through a couple of challenges. Not so fortunate, and then Pockler works really hard to get back, in all fairness, but was a little too physical in the challenge, according to the referee. It's Tyler Garner taking the quick free kick. He was the hero on Tuesday night with 2 goals in that 3-1 win against Stirling. As Pollard faces up to Macri, cross into the middle. Riak is lurking, jumping really high. It was a good punch from Hoyle to beat the ball clear, and then Van Deeken is up front and pretty isolated again. There was 3 Kingsway players converging on him pretty quickly. Pollard looks up, ball in again. Davies was arriving on the edge of the area. Stepping in was Pockler once more. And it was a judge that Davies went in and didn't catch the ball. Fremantle City perhaps a little frustrated there that the advantage wasn't played there by Stephen Knight. Grant's ball forward, very straight and inaccurate. Macri, good pressure from Riak to force a turnover, and now Pollard will drive towards the edge of the area. He was closed down by 2 City players and became the meat in the sandwich pretty quickly, but Kingsway still have the ball. Looking to his outside, there is Nelson. Now McCormack's got time to cross. The header was got under that one, did Tyler Garner, who ghosted into the area unchecked, and cross was just a touch behind him. Van Deeken has got Harmer in support up the line. Challenge from Ballas was in, and the 2 players have a little set to with each other. Nothing really in that. Game restarts with Kavanagh's throw. Goes back in for seconds and wins a secondary throw in. It's taken for Harmer. Ballas stepping in, and then Harmer gets a snapshot of sorts away. They look for all money as though Kingsway were going to hack that one clear, but Harmer managed to sneak in and force a volley over Keenan's bar. Foul was against Giles Davies there in the air. Van Deeken's little poke around the corner. Wide of the mark of Kavanagh. These 2 teams have played 5 games over the course of the past couple of seasons. Since Kingsway were promoted from the 2nd Division in 2018. Kingsway have actually only won one of those games, which was in a night series semi-final this year, a 6-2 win. In terms of the league, though, it's an unbeaten run from Fremantle City, 2 wins and 2 draws. There's a draw at Kingsway reserve earlier in the season, back in round 6, and then that 3-5 which we spoke about in the second phase of the competition. A real thriller that afternoon. A couple of goals for Asher Nelson and James Harmer. Two meetings that season in 2019 were an away win for Fremantle and a goalless draw at Hilton Park when Kingsway went down south to visit. As Arambana looks up, Kuru, who's come more centrally in recent minutes to try and get involved in the play perhaps. Didn't work for him on that occasion though, as Nelson looks up the line. Riak will try and make himself a presence. Schumer will try and turn away and win the foul. Just to finish on the head-to-head meeting, there's been 23 goals in the past 5 matches in all comps, those 5 that we spoke about a moment ago. Given that one of those is a goalless draw, and that was the first meeting, it's essentially been 23-4. It's somewhat surprising that we're still goalless then, midway through this first half. Sometimes these cup finals can be a little tense, but tempo's been pretty good about this one. Both teams taking a little while to settle. As Kavanagh throws long. Edwards will head straight up in the air though. Kingsway making life a little bit difficult for themselves, but it might work out all right. Sliding in desperately there was McKernan to win the ball and did a good job to win a throw for his team. Kavanagh, McKernan. Lofted pass through was snaffled by Keenan pretty easily. And he should set Palmatier on his way. Palmatier's ball wide. Out for a throw-in. Josh Macri will throw this one in over on the far side. Player who came through the 18s and the 20s set up with Armadale. Didn't make a senior appearance there, but it's been a near ever-present in season 2020 for Cameron Lord's team as possession's turned over here. And Riak will drive into the area, saved by Hoyle. It was a good block. And then Davies will follow up, but didn't catch the volley well at all. Fremantle City there, perhaps a little casual at the back. Can't afford to do that when Ajak reacts in town. Now down behind the play is Angus Grant. And now the trainer has been waved on. So a little stoppage as Grant looks to be in a little bit of pain. Angus Grant, who replaced Matty Sparrow midweek after 29 minutes. Sparrow unable to take his place in the squad today. Previously paid 8 reserves game in 2020 has Grant. Just the one start for the senior team in phase 2 against Forestfield. He was also part of the squad that was defeated by Sorrento in the FFA Cup. Grant's still getting a little bit of treatment behind the goal, so Fremantle City having to defend with 10 for the moment. Meanwhile, City do try to counter-attack, but ball's a little bit out of Harmer's reach. Looks as though Denzel Schumer has just stepped into that back 4 for the time being. Substitutes are warming up for Fremantle City down to the right of your picture. And Kingsway just coming back from a warm-up of their own. You may be able to see them just sitting down on the bench again in front of us. Harmer leaves the throw for Kavanagh, taken quickly. Van Deeken shouts for handball, and Decision goes against Fremantle City's top scorer. Harry Edwards forward. Nelson brings that one down, and then Garner will swing the ball out wide for Cameron Murray. Grant is back to his feet now, but he's not on the pitch just yet as Murray marauds forward. Pollard's wide on the left, crossing the middle. Kavanagh had to deal with that because McCormack was arriving at the back post. And in the end, that touch was crucial from the full-back. As Grant heads back towards the halfway line over there, waiting to be waved on. And he is back on the pitch now, so Fremantle City are back to their full quota of 11 players to defend this Kingsway attack as Garner's ball is whipped into the penalty spot. Davies arrived from the edge of the area with the header. And like a couple of Kingsway headers in this first half, just got under it and didn't test Hoyle's goal. Kingsway press well. Garner looks up. Riak. Davies tries to skip past an opponent. No foul there. And that'll allow a Rambana to try and counter-attack down the left. Harmer cuts inside, looks to thread the pass through to Van Deeken, who he was teammates with at Rockingham as well as here. As the two skippers go into physical challenge together. Davies wins the foul in midfield. Chance for Kingsway to get some bodies forward again. Six of them heading towards the penalty area. Pollard's now come wide. Ball will be hoisted up towards the back post. Palmetier is underneath it. The referee said there was a little bit of holding though, and Hoyle should have a relieving goal kick of sorts. So just coming up to the half-hour mark here at Dorrien Gardens. Olympic Kingsway 0, Fremantle City 0, live on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook page this afternoon. Tommy Dolman on the call with you. Earlier wins today for Wanneroo in the Div 2 18, Subiaco in the Div 1 reserves, and Subiaco in the Div 1 18s as well. Wins for Carramar and Kingsley Westside last night in the Division 2 competitions as Murray looks up. Schumer will try and find Van Deeken, who tried to turn around the corner there, and it was a ball that gave Harmer plenty of interest, but league champions were back in numbers and defending well. I see a lot of green and the maroon in the crowd this afternoon, which is tremendous to see. Plenty of them in particular pitch side. Some over on the far side as well by the car park as Van Deeken looks to turn. Bukuru, who's now switched flanks completely, tried to thread the ball through for Schumer, and now Pollard will try to launch the counter. Riak will have to wait for support. Layoff was good though, and now Garner will turn and look up. He's got McCormack running into space against Kavanagh, and Kavanagh with A good piece of defending initially, but McCormack does well to win it back, and he tries to find Riak in the area. Pockler's got to hurry up because Riak is on his case. And then the foul was on Pockler. Trailing leg, perhaps, in the challenge. Jordan Pockler, who's been with City for the past 2 seasons. Spent time with Bayswater and Perth Glory's youth set up previously. 4 goals in 16 last term, but playing in defence today. Cavernous throw forward, headwards, heads away. Garner turning. There's plenty of time to move. Schumer with a little tug of the jersey there. Perhaps a little unnecessary as Harmer was coming back to help his teammate. And Kingsway trying to get the ball moving from Palmatia. Murray. Pass back was a little casual, and now Van Deeken will look up. He's only really got Harmer ahead of him at the moment. Palmatia with excellent positioning there to intercept the play, and now Pollard will look up, attempt to switch the play. A disappointing pass though, McKernan. Grant, who went for a little bit of a shuffle in defence. A few cheers from the crowd who were very impressed with that move, and now City are launching down this right-hand side. Van Deeken will look up, arriving in the middle was Macri, and Schumer will strike! Wide of the post. Fremantle City's best move of the afternoon so far. As they drove down the right-hand side, Van Deeken pulled the ball back. It was a little behind Macri, who was arriving from full back. Up in nosebleed territory, and then Denzel Schumer was on the edge of the area, and that left foot strike looked as though it had beaten Keenan. Kavanagh loses out there to McCormack, who fights on well. Riak tries to return for McCormack. It looked like a good ball. Kavanagh stepped in, tried to body his opponent off the ball. It was physical, but legal according to the referee. So a little under 10 minutes to go for the break. Still no deadlock breaker. Need the keeper really tested. With the exception of that Hoyle save from Ajak Riak a little earlier in the half. Fremantle City's best move of the game was the one in recent minutes as Palmatia looks up. Doesn't see anything he likes, so carries the ball forward. Now Cameron Murray jinking inside. He's been very lively on that left-hand side so far, Murray, and then the ball arrived to his right foot, which looked to be his unpreferred. Harmer. Last touch was off fullback Harry Edwards. And here is Kavanagh now, throwing in. Ball is left by McCormack, sorry. Schumer, that was Nelson with the clearance. Pollard, who's come inside to get involved with the play. And now Garner again, 16 of 17 games this season. Youth days at Inglewood and Bayswater. And a futsal talent who played in the Junior World Championships once upon a time as well, Tyler Garner. As Bakuru looks up, finds Harmer now. Harmer will want to get onto that right foot. He dinks forward, Van Deeken volleys, and it was a tough opportunity for Riley Van Deeken, but worryingly for Kingsway's defence, he had plenty of space to just slip off the defender and get the volley away. Riak tries to roll his man, does well. Now he's got plenty of pace here, and Pockler did well as the second defender in to affect the challenge. Davies, McKernan tries to clear. Asher Nelson lost the ball initially, went back and got it though. Now Murray, we've seen him with a slaloming run already on a couple of occasions in this first half. Schumer was back covering well though, and then Garner went into the challenge, appealed for the foul and won it. It was Denzel Schumer's touch, who was just a little heavy there coming out of defence, and that allowed Garner to step in and win a free kick, which is in a pretty good position here for the league winners. Just a little beyond 25 yards out from goal. Got Cameron Murray and Giles Davies over the ball. Looks to be Murray who's sizing this one up though. Four in the Kingsway wall, sorry, or the Fremantle City wall. It'll be Murray to try and whip the free kick over the wall. He did that, but didn't come down quickly enough. Davies driving down that right-hand side, crossing the ball. It'll be close to Hoyle, and in the end it took a deflection, and Kingsway will get the corner. Olympic Kingsway, the two-time Division 1 league title winners. Second one after 1986. They've won a few in the Premier League over the journey. In this competition, it's their second, though, as cross comes in from Nelson, showing a lot of interest towards that one was Ballas, I think, who was amongst the scrum of players, and now City will try and counter-attack through Macri, who goes back into follow-up. Stepping in well there was Pollard, and now Riak was offside, so he had to leave it, and in any case, Nelson wasn't able to motor quickly enough to get to the ball. Turnover from Harmer, Garner, Schumer stepping in. Been very involved in this first half as Denzel Schumer, and now Nelson will look up, pick out Pollard to his left. Early strike from Pollard. Never really caught it as he liked. It was a speculative effort in any case. Edwards forward. Pockler went forward to win the header. Appealed for the free kick. Nothing in that though. According to the referee, Davies, and then McKernan went in strongly. Ball should break for Kingsway here. It does. Pollard looks wide. Murray will want that left foot. And in the end he took a little bit too much time, and that allowed Bakuru to get the foot in, and then sliding in was Macri, and Stephen Knight picks out a free kick. Chance for Olympic to get some numbers forward. The final 2 or 3 minutes before the interval. So they've got 5 in the area at the moment. A couple over the free kick. It's going to be Pollard who whips this one in. Riak was ghosting in. Offside flag was up though. Nice and early from the assistant, so it wouldn't have counted even if Riak did get his head to the ball. Davies sliding in. And Kavanagh will be told to take a few steps back. New signing in 2020, Noah Kavanagh, American college system. Spent time in Seattle. Actually signed a pro contract with FC Golden State Force as well. Relative regular in the City squad this season, with the only goal that he has scored coming against Kingsway in that 5-3 win. Here now are Kingsway as they switch the ball from right to left. Pollard has been busy on that left-hand side without real results just yet. Crosses a good one here though. Riak will try and turn around his man. It's AJ. Riak striking! And it was an inch wide of the post. One of Kingsway's better chances of the half. And whenever AJ Riak's been allowed to wriggle off his marker and get the shot away, that's when they've looked their most dangerous. Arambana's ball out wide. McKernan will loft forward. Bakuru. 2 minutes of added time at the start of at the end of the first half, apologies. So we are at the discretion of the referee now. Can either team create another opportunity in the shadows of half-time as Pockler puts the ball out? Kingsway will have possession via an Edwards throw. Looks short for Garner. Lofted away from Schumer. Hooked back over his head by Ballas. And now Nelson turning. He's got to hurry though because Van Deken's putting the pressure on and in the end has to retreat back to Keenan. Palmateer forward. Final stages of the first 45 minutes here at Dorrien Gardens as Ballas steps in. Launches up the line. Ball is flicked on by McKernan. And now Garner wants his fullback to come forward and invites Edwards to do so now. Good defending from Pockler again, who's had a good first half, and now chipping forward here is Harmer for Van Deken, who's gotten into the area here. Riley Van Deken, and he just couldn't wrap the foot around the strike. wanted that right hand side, did Riley Van Deeken. May have been better served to swing a left boot at it. The ball was always just running away from him slightly, and in the end, sliced that one wide of the mark. So Keenan will get us restarted again, but not for very long, because by my watch, that's pretty much half time. We will play on for a little bit longer, though, perhaps, as Arambia tries to make a nuisance of himself. Calm play from Murray, who spins on a dime again, puts up the line for Riak. Possibly another chance. Still able to develop, but then the ball goes through long. And is gratefully received by Keenan. And now surely that will do us for the first 45 minutes. It does. Stephen Knight blows the whistle for half-time. Pretty good game, this, on what is a perfect night for football here in the twilight at Dorrien Gardens. Olympic Kingsway 0, Fremantle City 0. There have been chances at both ends, but neither team have been able to make a breakthrough as of yet. The best opportunities for Kingsway coming through AJ Riak, who forced Todd Hoyle into a punching save and then curled one just wide of the mark, while at the other end, James Harmer volleyed over the bar, Denzel Schumer struck wide of the post, and then Riley Van Deeken in the shadows of the intervals flashed wide of the upright. Good game this one, though. 45 minutes still to come here at Dorrien Gardens. Kingsway 0, Fremantle City 0. We'll be back with the second half in around 10-15 minutes time. Welcome back to the second half of this State League Division 1 final here at Dorrien Gardens. Goalless after 45 minutes between Olympic Kingsway and Fremantle City. One change happening just on your screen a moment ago. If you didn't hear that on the microphone, it was Mustafa Irambana who departed at half-time, and Graham Tuff who came onto the pitch. Tuff will slip into the centre of defence, and that'll allow Jordan Pockler to go further afield. We'll wait to see how this resetting of the team shapes completely as Fremantle City get us underway for the second half. 45 minutes left for either team to claim this trophy. And just a reminder that if the scores are level at full time, we will be going straight to penalties, so no extra time. As Macri throws forward, Van Deeken looking up was McCormack. Tuff involved for the first time this afternoon. Graham Tuff, who started the season in the NPL in this year with Sorrento after earning promotion with Guelph in 2019. A former Western Knights player who tasted success with the club in the State Cup back in 2017 as Pollard gets Kingsway on the front foot early. Nelson will curl one at goal, and it had Hoyle scrambling for a minute, but the goalkeeper had it pretty well covered in the end. Seven appearances in the back end of this 2020 season for Graham Tuff. It's Parmatea looks up for Garner. Back for Parmatea again, the skipper who lofts forward. Tuff will watch that one through, and Kavanagh will too. But he will get the ball now from Hoyle. Kingsway's best chances falling to Ajak Riak in the first half, and there he is pressing the ball. Broke to Pollard. Nelson. Giles Davies will strike, and didn't catch that as he'd like as it sliced off the outside of the boot, and Hoyle watches wide. Giles Davies was on a hot streak at the start of the season. 8 goals in his first 9 games. Scoring in 6 straight matches. Played the last 2 as well after missing a portion of the second phase. It's actually the first time that he's faced Fremantle City this season. One of a number of ex-Bayswater under-18s players known to head coach Gary Williams. We're part of those 18s top 4 cup-winning teams that we spoke about before. So the 6th of 11 cup finals here at Dorrien Gardens this weekend. Feast of football to shut off the season. As Davies tries to wriggle away, McCormack will cross. Macri's got Pollard behind him and hoists that one up in the air. McKernan tries to carry away, goes to ground, and foul is conceded by Paul McCormack. Paul McCormack, ex-Ashfield player. 12 games with the club in 2019. Scored just the 1 goal. Before moving to Kingsway in 2020, also played for amateur side Belmont Villa as well. Tough. Van Deeken. Chip through was a good one for Harmer, who tries to hook back into the area for Pockler, and then that skews off the outside of the boot and away for a goal kick. So just in case missed the action earlier today, Wanneroo won the Division 2 18s. Subiaco won the Division 1 18s. Subiaco also won the Division 1 reserves as well against Quinns in the game just before this one. And on Friday night, Carramar Shamrock Rovers won by 3-1 over Dianella White Eagles. Success also for Kingsley West Side. NPL action in the men and women's competitions to follow on a bumper Sunday afternoon as well. As Garner puts the free kick forward, Kavanagh is in position A to header away. Ball will break to Nelson. And now Edwards looking up. Spinning is McCormack, tries to get in between two defenders. Sliding in well was McKernan, and the lofted ball forward. Presents Deacon with a little bit of interest, but it was pretty well dealt with in the end. Half-time change as well, just in case you missed it. Graham Tuff coming on at the break for Mustafa and Rambana. Cameron Lord pulling the trigger on a tactical switch nice and early in the half. Moving Jordan Pockler into midfield. Ex-Rockingham City coach Cam Lord won the State League Division 1 title in 2018 with the club, and then did a really good job in keeping Rockingham in the division in 2019 as they finished 9th, 7 points clear of the relegation zone in the 2019 NPLWA, as Pockler's ball forward will be chased willingly by Van Deeken. Sliding in was Parmatia. City gained some important metres forward. Kavanagh's ball. Wayward for Pockler. And Keenan will attempt to clear away. It was Pockler that got in the way of it. In the end, it didn't matter too much as it broke to Pollard. But now possession's turned over. Pockler will look forward again, a little wide of Van Deeken. Balaz passed back to Keenan in a pretty hasty fashion, but had more time than he thought. Grant. Pollard stepping in. These two sides ranked the second and third best defences in the State League Division 1 this season. Only the Western Knights had a better record than both of these two teams. And even though we spoke about the goal-scoring prowess of both of these teams earlier in the afternoon, 23 goals in their last 4 meetings, it's very much been an afternoon for the defences so far. Ball forward aimed at Riak, who shakes off Grant, and then Grant goes sliding in to enforce the challenge, and it was a good one because it won his team a goal kick, much to the perplexement of Gary Williams and Ajak Riak. Restart from Hoyle. Macri tries to shake off Pollard. McKernan will get things underway quickly. Season recruit from Rockingham, like Van Deeken and Harmer. Basically an ever-present figure like his teammates. He had to get off the mark this season, 21 appearances and a goal in 2019 with Rockingham. Also spent time in the Glorious youth setup as well. Players go to ground on the far side. Kingsway emerge with the ball. Palmateer looks up. Tries to switch this one out wide for Pollard, who'll do really well to bring that down. He's one-on-one with Macri and he's shaken off the fullback. Pollard into the area. Riak was arriving. Goes to ground. No penalty according to the referee, and Kavanagh will complete the clearance. Bakuru. Sliding in, McKernan. Davies. Touch was high, and then he and Grant go in body to body. Nothing in that though. Both teams really showing how much silverware means to them this afternoon. No shortage of physicality throughout the afternoon as Edwards comes forward. Looks inside for McCormack. Turning, Edwards had gone beyond the midfielder, and now McCormack tries to put the cross in, deflected, and a corner. Up come the tall timber, Balaz and Palmateer. Just the 5 players in the penalty area for Kingsway. It's a deep ball. Palmateer is there, but that'll drift over the defender's head and behind for a goal kick. Disappointing delivery on that occasion. Fremantle keen to play out of the back. Once again, Gary Williams just off the bench, urging his team to press up perhaps a little sooner. It's just allowing the visiting team to get out a little too easily as Garner steps in. Should have the caveat that, of course, this is a neutral ground, but Fremantle City are the visitors on paper. Kingsway trying to assert their authority on this. Davies lays off. Garner, Pollard, wide left. One-on-one with Macri. Pollard skipping, dinking behind the goal. Not quite happened for Caelan Pollard this afternoon so far. He's been really bright down that left-hand side. Just the final ball has let him down on occasions. Very talented player though. Broke onto the NPL scene when he scored on debut for ECU Joondalup as a 16-year-old in a 2-0 win over Perth Glory. Subsequently went on to join Florida Athena. And now is working his way back up the divisions after a spell with Dianella. Good pass out wide here for Bakuru, who's got a little space to run into. He jinks inside, and then Ballas had to step in and enforce the challenge. It was well read from the Olympic defender. Bakuru really lively in the first 5 or 10 minutes. Less so as the first half wore on, but that's a sign of what he can do. Nice touch off McKernan there. Garner. Early switch of the play. Tries to get the ball moving early for Pollard, who will be one-on-one with Macri again. Beats his man again. Kalen Pollard striking at goal. Straight down the throat of Hoyle. And once again, Fremantle City are able to play out of the back. And eventually the long ball is put forward. Pollard again tries to wriggle away from Macri and wins the free kick. Pollard wants to get on with it quickly, and that's why, because Nelson's wide open in the middle. Wide. Here is McCormack crossing in. Riak's in the middle, off the post from Riak. It hit both posts. The closest of calls as Ajak Riak hits both posts, to the amusement of the fans around me. It was a gilt-edged chance for the Kingsway centre forward. I'm not sure if Hoyle got a touch in there, but it certainly looked like it hit both uprights. And now City will counter forward. McKernan. Harmer wide right. McKernan continues his run. Garner steps in. And Riak is still down behind play. And as the ball goes out of play, referee Stephen Knight will just hit pause. Definitely the closest we've come to seeing a goal so far this afternoon. People still looking and grinning with a little bit of disbelief. Don't see that often happen. Todd Hoyle will be thanking his lucky stars. Players using this opportunity to take on some fluids, set themselves up for the final half an hour, which we are into now. Goalless still between Kingsway and Fremantle City at Dorrien Gardens. The 6th of 11 Cup finals this weekend, live on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook pages. Tommy Dolman on the call with you this afternoon. 2 wins for Subiaco this afternoon. A win also for Wanneroo, and then wins last night on this weekend for Carramar Shamrock Rovers and for Kingsley Westside. As Riak comes off the ground and is then waved back on promptly by fourth official Troy Malatesta. Cameron Murray. Tyler Garner. Switch the play out wide, looks a good one. It is. McCormack. Little slip inside for Davies, goes to ground. Riak will spin his man, strike, arriving is Nelson, and now Pollard! Hoyle with a great save. A couple of close calls for Kingsway, and now City will look to counter. Pockler's ball forward. Van Deeken was chasing, and Keenan was on his line. Kingsway getting closer. Riak off both posts. Pollard bringing the best out of Hoyle, who was off his line really sharply there, given the way that the ball was travelling across the area. He got his angles right, and that goes down as a really good piece of goalkeeping. Shadows across the pitch now. The floodlights are on. Crowd really starting to get into this one now after those couple of exciting goal-mouth moments as Davies looks to poke through. Riak's got the pace here to get away with Tough. Does so. Still Ajak Riak. Back to Davies. It may yet break for him. Macri has to crash away. And there's Pockler who's bringing it down. And now City can once again counter. Game getting a little stretch now. Schumer's ball in. Bukuru's in behind the defence. Keenan was off his line. And all of a sudden this game's gone helter-skelter. Macri gets away from Pollard. Easily passed, was disappointing. Murray will turn back, use Parmatia, and away we go again. Plenty of space in the midfields for both of these teams at the moment. Bukuru will turn. Pockler, switch of the play out wide's a good one for James Harmer, who'll strike right-footed, deflected, and that took the sting of it out of it. In fact, it was Noah Kavanagh who was wide left there and striking. James Harmer dropping back into midfield, apologies. Goodness me, exciting 5 minutes really since the hour mark. Pockler, ball forward for Bukuru, tries to flick on cheekily. Van Deeken was gambling, it was cut out by Parmatia, and now Schumer. Schumer does really well, looks up, picks out Van Deeken, little reverse. Macri running forward from fullback Keenan, shouts loud and catches the ball. Get the feeling this is going to be a brilliant final 24 minutes or so. As Harmer's ball into Van Deeken. Van Deeken dancing away. Van Deeken striking! And that was a good block from Keenan. Fremantle City fans up in arms, up in excitement. Cross comes in from Pockler. Van Deeken with the header, shouts for handball. They were very half-hearted ones at that. Flick on Grant. He'd stayed forward from the set piece. Pockler will now try and look up. Find a teammate. Does now in Kavanagh. Bukuru is at the back post. Will try and header back across goal, but that was always going to be a hard challenge. And then Keenan's release was a quick one for McCormack, who was fouled by Harmer, I think it was. And then two players over on the far side have a little set to, and we'll see the afternoon's first yellow card. I think it's Sam McKernan who was shown it after coming together with Asher Nelson. Draw your breath, everybody. This game sprung into life all of a sudden. Midway through the second half. Riak, it was left for him. Macri has to clear this one because Pollard's lurking behind, and the defender swings left-booted it and puts it into touch. Fremantle defence gave up on that long ball forward, but Riak didn't. Ball across. McCormack's cross. Riak arriving! And he didn't quite get the desired contact to get it on target. Riak, brilliant season so far. 11 goals in his 16 games. And he's yet to score against Fremantle City in his 2 games this season, though. One of the only sides he's not been able to plunder a goal against. And given the luck he's had in front of goal today, it's probably understandable why he perhaps hasn't done so. Really broke onto the scene in particular with 50 goals in 52 games across the 2017 and 2018 under-18 seasons that Gary Williams won the top 4 cup in. That Bayswater link yet again as Schumer charges forward. Bakuru was running in behind the defence. It was cleared away by Balaz. Tough. He's got Riak for company. Clearance from Hoyle wasn't the best, but it worked out okay in the end. McKernan switch of the play. That one won't be kept in play. Riak. Pollard! Shot blocked. And Macri hooks over his shoulder into touch. Pollard. Murray draws the foul. Chance for Kingsway to get some bodies forward again. Palmatier and Balaz heading in that direction again. Azar, Nelson and Davies. Riak's already there. Garn was arriving to the edge of the area. Pollard's ball was super disappointing though. Cops some ironic jeers from the fans down there pitch side. A little wry smile from Caelan Pollard. Forward from Kavanagh. Balaz. Harmer. Loses out on that occasion of Davies. Nelson. Formerly of UWA Netherlands. And Subiaco as well. 2 goals against Fremantle City, Asher Nelson. In that 3-5 game, which we've referenced plenty of times this afternoon. Garner. Down the line. Gets the better of Schumer. Tyler Garner. Still going. Still dancing. Tyler Garner. And it took a challenge from Josh Macri. It was the last one of the obstacle course. And Garner couldn't quite get past him. And now Nelson will try to work another opening. Cameron Murray. Left-footed. It's going straight at towards the goal of Hoyle, and Hoyle just took a backward step for a moment. Looked as though it could have been a dangerous one from where we're sat, but no harm done in the end. Remember, of course, that we will go straight to penalties. After 90 minutes, there will be no extra time in tonight's game. Bakuru looks up. Denzel Schumer. Macri arrives forward in support. Schumer again. Pockler. Ball over the top is a good one for Van Deeken, who will pick that on wide right. Van Deeken comes inside. Sliding in there was Murray. Van Deeken still has the ball. Macri, low ball in. And no one was arriving on the penalty spot. It was a good little threaded pass through from Josh Macri. Just needed a teammate on the edge of the area to gamble a little bit. Everybody had already moved towards the 6 yard box as Pockler is dispossessed. Now that releasing ball is a really good one for Pollard, who's got the pace on Grant here. It's Caelan Pollard, only Riak in the middle at the moment. Pollard striking, and saving was Hoyle again. Kingsway fans winding up here, sensing that something may be about to happen. The 2020 State League Division 1 league title winners now there's a delay on the corner as Pockler has stayed down behind play. Just looks to be a little bit of cramp at this stage. Let's hope that's all it is. And it looks as though the stretch has been called on by the referee. In fact, he's suddenly waving his finger now. And now he's waving him back on, so a little bit of confusion here. Match officials beneath us trying to figure out what's going on. Fremantle City's trainer will get out there first and assess the situation. While we have a moment or two, pause in play, we'll just recap the weekend's action. Great crowd in last night for Kingsley West Side reserves and Carramar Shamrock Rovers senior Division 2 teams who tasted success at this venue last night. Wanneroo City won the Division 2 under-18s title in the first game this afternoon. The last two matches were won by Subiaco, Division 1 under-18s, and also the Division 1 reserves as well. So a really good day for Subi. Still one more chapter to unfold here tonight. We're into the final 15 minutes. Fremantle City 0, Olympic Kingsway 0. City make their second sub of the afternoon. Pockler goes off and Egan and Jendon Kuma will enter the field. Jendon Kumana will take his spot up front. Corner comes in, header at goal was from Balaz and he was unable to hit the target. Eager Jendon Kumana, a near ever present in City squad this season, hasn't scored since round one. A game against Subiaco. Scored in the 18s and reserves with a level of consistency in the past two seasons though. He actually hit the 20 goal mark with City's under-18s back in 2018. Number 7 with around 13 minutes to make an impression on tonight's proceedings. Plenty of time for either team to find a winner here and claim State League Division 1 finals glory. Goalless still, but not without its chances. Bakuru. He's got a little bit of space to run into Abayas Bakuru. He'll slip inside for Schumer. And Jendon Kumana was ahead of him, but now Kingsway will try and counter. Pollard's got zero support, and in the end he did a good job to win the throw. Throw taken by Murray. Here he is again. Once a young prospect at Perth Glory's youth ranks was Cameron Murray. Riak, Nelson tries to wriggle away. Jendon Kumana was back chasing well. Clearance was only as far as Garner. In fact, here's Garner now. Davies dancing inside, fouled by Macri. Not a lot of contact there, but Josh Macri will go into the book. Second yellow card of the afternoon for Fremantle City. He joins his teammate Sam McKernan in taking a yellow ticket. So bodies forward for Kingsway again. They've got 6 forward for this set piece. It's Getting close to crunch time now. It'll be Garner over the ball. It's whipped in low towards the penalty spot, and it's sliced off the outside of the boot by the recently carded Macri. In comes the corner. Near post bound. Bakuru will complete the clearance, only as far as Garner. Asher Nelson still out here on this left-hand side. He's got time to look up, assess. Riak was lurking. Header was clear. Gender Kamana was back defending. And now McCormack. Lofts forward. Riak loses the aerial battle. Denzel Schumer. Ball over the top for the running Bakuru, who will get there first, I fancy. He does. And will keep it alive. Murray standing him up for the time being. Players arriving in the area now for Fremantle City. He goes all the way back from McCurden, and that was the wrong decision because Nelson was able to steal in, and then the Kingsway player's pass was poor. And then a diving challenge from McCurden, who's already been in the book, remember. Bakuru looks up. Garner may have just been offside. He gets the ball back anyway, though, Riak. And now McCormack's wide on the right. 3 players arriving for Kingsway in the middle. Ball is a deep one to the back post, and no one was gambling there. Kingsway's players beneath us are off to warm up again. Gary Williams yet to turn to his bench so far tonight. Likes of Antoine Levy and Nathan Thorpe, Luke Garris, Derek Kavanagh, Mitch Norman, all on the pine tonight. Cam Lord turned to the bench twice with Graham Tuff and Egid and Gender Kamana coming on to the pitch, and the latter is on the ball now from Bakuru's pass. It's Ngenda Kamara running at goal. He's got Harmer to his left, and Ngenda Kamara strikes, and it's a good strike from the youngster. We spoke about his appetite for goal a little earlier on, and then the header's missed from Granson. Pollard's in behind here. Riak's in the middle. Caelan Pollard will go across goal. Riak surely scores, and he does. The green machine are motoring in the Saturday twilight at Dorrien Gardens. They take the lead with 8 minutes to play. Kingsway 1, Fremantle City 0.
Kingsway goal scored by number 9, Adrak Riak.
Ajak Riak's 12th goal of the season puts Kingsway ahead in the final 10 minutes here at Dorrien Gardens. He's been unlucky all night, and on this occasion it goes his way. He couldn't miss from there. And now Pollard will drive forward. Macri slid in. It was a good challenge though from the full back, and Fremantle City have to try and send some numbers forward here as Schumer runs forward. Pollard. Fremantle City may be there for the taking on the counter-attack now if they're not cautious. And then again, there's not long left to play. McCormack does well to win the ball. Riak returns it to McCormack. McCormack will strike at goal, and it ricochets off the post. It was a good save from Hoyle in the end. Hoyle got down well to his left. It looked as though the initial effort just crashed off the post, and that was the slightest of touches from the goalkeeper, and it keeps his team in the match. Nelson goes over to take the corner, not in a massive rush to do so. Kingsway with just the 4 forward at the moment. It's into the area. Riak's lurking again. At the back post was Ballas. And Ballas forces it home to double Kingsway's lead. They double their lead and they're going to do the double as well. 2 goals in a matter of minutes. And Kingsway are 2 to the good. Olympic Kingsway 2, Fremantle City 0.
Kingsway goal scored by number 16, Chris Ballas.
Two rapid fire strikes from the league champions has surely sealed this one now for the Green Machine. What a season it's been for them. A 6-game unbeaten run either side of the split. Put Kingsway into a position of power. They were a little nervy at the end of the second phase. They went on to win the league title. And now they're less than 5 minutes away from wrapping up what will be a famous double. And a first since 1980. Do or die time now for Fremantle City, who've played their part in this afternoon's occasion. Van Deeken has often been a little isolated, and here he is trying to make the play again. Bakuru is tracking back. Riak spins. And then sliding in there was Van Deeken. Perhaps a little too eager to try and win the ball back, and now the tempers are fraying a little bit here. Third Kingsway player into the book. Clock ticking down now. Final couple of minutes here. Kingsway in no rush to take the free kick as Murray tries to turn away from Denzel Schumer. Pass is a little sloppy though, and it allowed Bakuru to come in. Nungenda Kamana skipping past Ballas. Reverse for Bakuru. Laying off for Schumer, who strikes. Didn't quite catch it though. Denzel Schumer. He's done a really good job in getting forward this afternoon from midfield, and he thought that was a corner. The referee disagreed though. Keenan forward. Tuff's header. And Gender Kamana is lurking, but Davies steps in. That blistering start to the season in front of goal from Giles Davies, less peripheral in front of goal in the latter half of the season, but he's definitely played his part in the centre of the park today. Beautiful night sky above us in the west for the final stages of this State League Division 1 final, as Edwards is forward from full back, gives away the throw. It looks as though we'll see an appearance from Antoine Levy very shortly. Play the final couple of minutes or so plus stoppage time. Levy will have his boots checked, and now that change will be made. So Anton Levy, new signing in season 2020, 14 appearances this year, 3 goals in total, all in consecutive games in the latter part of phase 1 and at the beginning of phase 2 as well, when Kingsway really did get rolling. And Levy will come on for the final couple of minutes in place of Kalen Pollard, who has been pretty influential this afternoon. A lot of work rate, very lively. Final ball wasn't quite there for the majority of the afternoon, but it was when it counted. When he got in behind the defence and squared across for Ajak Riak to open the scoring. Chris Ballers with the second goal. And that's pretty much all she wrote here in terms of 90 minutes played. 4 minutes of stoppage time is indicated by the fourth official. And Kingsway are in possession now and cruising towards a League and Cup double in season 2020. Can Fremantle City pull one back? Laid on Bakuru. Harmer. Bakuru will try and switch the play for Macri, but it's a little bit behind Macri, and it's a little sign of the way that the afternoon's kind of panned out for Fremantle City. They started pretty well, looked lively on the counter-attack, but when they did have their thrusts forward, that final punch was lacking a little. Van Deeken's often been isolated. He's had good chances though. And there'll be a second substitution here for Olympic Kingsway, and fans will once again applaud as Harry Edwards makes way and Mitch Norman comes on. Player who didn't feature at all in phase 1, every phase 2 squad. Unused in the semi-final, but he'll have the stoppage time period to enjoy out on the pitch. Very much a night that Kingsway are likely to enjoy. Around about 6:30 here in the West, so you can be assured that on a Saturday night, the boys in green and white will be enjoying their evening, and rightly so as well, given the success they've had this season. Kingsway fans congregating towards the side of the pitch just in front of us. They know that the job is done now. We're simply playing out time here in the final moments of this one as Garner dances past Schumer. Pass back inside for Davies. Bakuru was pressing the midfielder. It's Kingsway's night here at Dorrien Gardens. The league champions are now double winners as they complete a State League Division 1 final series triumph here at the home of Perth Soccer Club. And it's party time for the Green Machine, who got to grips with the game in the second half, really. Fremantle City had started the game pretty well, but it was Ajak Reid who had the better chances of the first half, curling wide of the post and then forcing Todd Hoyle into a save. The game really did open up in the second half though. Riak somehow hit both posts, and then Van Deeken forced a shot straight at Dave Keenan, who was smartly beating that one away. Egan and Gender Kamana came off the bench and looked lively in his 15-minute cameo before the 2 goals from Kingsway were scored in the final 10 minutes. Ajak Riak on the end of Kalen Pollard's cross to tap in from 6 yards. And then barely 3 minutes later, it was Chris Ballaz who came forward for a corner, and he managed to scramble in at the back post. And that was basically all she wrote here for Kingsway, who have had a wonderful season, and what a way to cap it off here in the Perth CBD. As the players and coaching staff gather in the middle of the pitch for Kingsway, Gary Williams masterminding this double winning triumph this season.
Olympic Kingsway for winning the State League Division 1 Top 4 final for 2020.
As Kingsway and Fremantle City take their places closer to the presentations, we'll cross down to Sean Fry with more of the action, and we'll be back soon to wrap up.
Could the four match officials please come forward to collect their medallions? Referee Stephen Knight, first assistant referee Stuart Beattie, second assistant referee Adam Hicks, and the fourth official Troy Malatesta. I would now like to invite Fremantle City to please come forward and collect their runners-up medals, starting with number 14, Abias Bukuru, number 17, Noah Kavanagh, number 6, Angus Grant, number 11, Alex Guzman, number 4, James Harmer, number 1, Todd Hoyle, number 16, Mustafa Irambona, number 8, Joshua Macri, number 22, Thomas Maycock Hansen, number 10, Sam McKern, number 7, Agide Ngenda Kumana, number 3, Jordan Cochler, number 5, Graham Tuff, number 20, Denzel Schumer, and number 9, Riley Van Beeken. Could we please have a round of applause for our runners-up, Fremantle City? I'd also like to invite the Fremantle coaching staff forward to collect their medallions. Would the Fremantle coaching staff please come forward? I would now like to invite the winning team, Olympic Kingsway, up to collect their medals, starting with number 16, Chris Ballas. Number 8, Giles Davis. Number 13, Harry Edwards. Number 12, Luke Garras. Number 3, Tyler Garner. Number 14, Sarah Kavanagh. Number 21, David Keenan. Number 6, Antoine Levy. Number 19, Paul McCormack. Number 18, Cameron Murray. Number 2, Asher Nelson. Number 20, Mitchell Norman. Number 5, Luke Pamatia. Number 7, Keelan Pollard. Number 9, Ajak Uriak. And number 10, Nathan Thorpe. We'd also like to invite the Olympic Kingsway coaching staff forward to collect their medals. I would now like to invite the captain of Olympic Kingsway, Luke Pamatia, and the coach forward to collect
So the Green Machine reigns supreme in State League Division 1 this evening. What a season it's been for them. Double winners, League and State League finals. And a first double completed since 1980 for this Northern Suburbs club. As Fremantle City exit the pitch beneath us, they were good contributors to this occasion. As Olympic pose for a photo now after the elation of lifting the trophy. Friends and family are now trying to get onto the pitch to no doubt celebrate the moment with the players and the coaching staff. Well deserved and well earned, definitely, over the course of the campaign. So that's just about it from us here on this Saturday evening at Dorrien Gardens. Just a quick recap of the way the results have panned out so far over the weekend. Kingsley Westside Reserves and Carramar Shamrock Rovers in State League Division 2 Reserves and first team triumphing last night. And the winners today, Wanneroo in the Division 2 Under-18s, Subiaco in the Division 1 18s, Subiaco in the Division 1 Reserves, and now Olympic Kingsway in the first team Division 1 as well. We've got a full program of 18s, 20s and NPL action to come with you tomorrow afternoon. 5 more cup finals here at Dorrien Gardens from 10 a.m. Western Standard Time. All of those NPL finals, the men's and the women's, in the evening at 4:45 for the women's and 7:15 for the men's, live on the Football West YouTube channel and Facebook pages. But for now, we'll let Olympic Kingsway get their party started here on a Saturday night, and we will bid you farewell from Dorrien Gardens. Full time here, Olympic Kingsway defeat Fremantle City by 2-0. We'll see you tomorrow evening for the NPL finals. Good night and enjoy your Saturday night.